Today, I'm going to teach you how to create and assign a Bitbucket repository with a username. This is essential when you need to set up a new code repository and grant specific team members access to collaborate on your project. Let's start by opening your web browser and navigating to bitbucket.org. Once you're on the page, go ahead and log in using your credentials. Make sure you have your login details ready so you can access your Bitbucket account smoothly. After you've logged in successfully, direct your attention to the upper right corner of the screen. You'll notice a button labeled Plus Create. Click on it, and from the options that appear, select Repository. This action initiates the process of creating a new repository where your code and project files will be stored. Now you'll need to navigate to the Project section. Click on the drop-down menu that appears here. If you already have an existing project set up, you can simply select it from this drop-down list. However, if you're starting fresh or need a new project, click on Create New Project. A field will appear where you can type in your project name, establishing the container for your repository. Next, it's time to name your repository. You'll see a field asking for the repository name. Type in the name you've chosen for this repository. This name should be descriptive enough to help you and your team identify the purpose of the repository at a glance. Below that, you'll find an option labeled "This is a private repository." If you want to keep your code private and restrict access to invited users only, make sure to check this box. If you prefer your repository to be public and accessible to anyone, simply leave it unchecked. Now navigate to the default branch name section. Here you'll type in the name you want for your main branch. For example, you might type main, which is a commonly used convention for the primary branch in a repository. Once you've filled in all these details, click the Create Repository button. This will finalize the creation of your repository, and Bitbucket will set everything up for you. Give it a moment to process as the system generates the repository structure and prepares it for use. With your repository now created, it's time to assign access to specific users. In the left sidebar, locate and click on Repository Settings. This section gives you control over various configurations for your repository, including who can access it. Within the settings area, look at the left panel and click on Repository Permissions. This is where you manage user access and define what each team member can do within your repository. In the upper right corner of the permissions page, you'll see a button that says Add Users or Groups. Click on this to begin the process of granting access to someone. A dialog box will appear prompting you to enter details. Type in the Bitbucket username or email address of the user you want to add. Make sure you have the correct username or email to ensure the right person receives access. Below the username field, you'll see a drop-down menu. Click on it to reveal the permission levels available. You can select from options such as Read, which allows viewing only, Write, which permits contributions and changes, or Admin, which grants full control over the repository. Choose the permission level that matches the user's role in your project. Finally, click Confirm to complete the process. The user will now have access to your repository with the permissions you've assigned, allowing them to collaborate according to their role. And that's it. You've successfully created a Bitbucket repository and assigned access to a specific user. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.